Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So basically we're going to be talking about how to set up the Fibonacci retracement tool. Remember when I started this series of the 100-day challenge, I said most things I'm going to be teaching you are personal, right? They are the way I customize my stuff and the way I trade, which might be different from any other trader out there. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I set up my Fibonacci retracement tool and how I use them in order for me to catch proper regions of where I want to trade. Okay, basically this is my tool. This is my Fibonacci tool right here. This is where I set it up. Okay, so I'm just gonna change this to default. So I'll show you guys how I did. So go to settings. Quickly I'll apply default. So I have mine saved here. Okay, I have mine saved here, so I'll just apply default. So if you're using Fibonacci for the first time, this is the way it appears, right? This is the way TradingView is going to bring it out. So what do we use Fibonacci for? We use it to discover where price levels where there's possibility for price to retrace into before a reversal or before a continuation from its previous trend. And I think I did a little bit of explanation on the day 2 or the day 3 video where we talk about levels of using the Fibonacci discounts and premium zones. So basically on the Fibonacci retracement tool here, I don't want this video to be actually long, I'll just do it very quickly. You discover that there are levels here, the 0, 0 0.236, 0 0.38, the 0 0.5, which is the equilibrium level, and we know that regions below the 0 0.5 are discount levels where price would want to retrace into for a buy, and from the 0 0.6, 0 0.78 above and 1, that's premium zones where price would want to retrace. For example, you have this swing low to this swing high. If you use your Fib retracement tool right at the swing low to the swing high, you discover the price went below the 50% region before it started buying to the upside. Before it started buying, if it wants to sell, it needs to go above the 50% level to start selling. Okay, this is how it works, right? Over and over again. So let me quickly just take you through how I set mine up, right? So basically this is how you see it. You go to settings, right? Let me do this very well. Push this here so we can see it while I'm setting it up. So you click on settings. So the first thing I do is to go down or scroll down. I take out the backgrounds. I don't really need it, right? I reverse it. I use the reverse, right? I click on reverse. I want my 0 to be at the top, right? Then on levels, this one the same thing. On the levels, I change my level to percentage. I want to use 0%, 100%, 50% discount. Okay, then after that, what else here? I leave everything the same. I go to the top. I take out the trend line. I don't need this trend line. I take it out, right? What else? What else? What else? Color. I use one color. I just need to see the lines. So one color, black lines. I just need to see the lines. Okay. Then for the lines, I make it kind of light. Okay, straight line and light. So something like this. Okay, and right here, good. So for the fib levels, I don't need, I take out the 0.2 level, I don't need it. The 0.38, I don't need it. 0.61, I don't need it. 0.76, 78.6%. I change this 0.618 to 0.71. Okay, and I use 7.6. I change this, I had this to 0.88. My good levels, I use the 0.88, 88.6, 78.6. Good. So I have 71.6, 78.6, and the 88.6 levels. Then I take out this, I don't need it, this, I don't need it. Then I add one more, which is these 1.25. Good, beautiful. So this is just my settings. I click on OK. This is how I use the Fibonacci retracement tool. My settings for the Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay, so how do I use it? I make sure that if I'm buying or selling, I want to sell from these three optimum trade entry regions. These three should, wherever I'm doing my analysis, my order block should and comprise of the 71, the 78.6, and the 88.6 region. Right? Say I'm buying or I'm selling, I must make sure that I'm selling within this region. Then stop loss will always be at the 100% region. Okay, so let me sorry, I took out my 0. Back to the settings, please. Where is my 1? Come back, come back, come. Oops, let me do that well so we can see. Take this out. I took out my 0 level. I need 0 to 50, of course. Settings, back, come here. So my 0, okay, I have my 0. Where is it? My 1. Okay, beautiful. So this is how I set my fib. So I have my discount. I hope you guys get the settings. So let me bring it out again so you guys can see it very clearly. Settings of this out right here. So let's go over one more time. The trend line, I don't need it. Take it out. Lines, I use the light lines, right? And also I like to put my fib to the right hand side. Let it show to the right. The values should display at the right hand side. So for here, instead of this one that is at the left, I change it to the right. Okay, so we have something like this. Okay, so let's go over the settings again. Turn off trend lines, right? Lines level should be light. Extend, don't extend. You need to have your 0 and 1, which is where you have the 0% level and the 100% level intact. Okay, then you turn on the 0.5, which is the 50% level. Then I set 0.71, 0.786, 1, of course. I have 2 1. Why is there 2 1? It's not supposed to be appearing. Okay. So 0 1, which is 0 and 1, 0%, which is this 0. The 1 is the 100%. Okay. Then the 0.71, 0.78, 0. You can just take a screenshot and save it, so when you go to your own chart, you can use it to set yours. I don't need the 3.6. Turn it off. Okay, so these are the levels: 1.25, 0.886, 0.786, which are just the things I use. Okay, and I'm going to explain how I use them. Okay, now for example, hope this thing is saved. For example, there is a swing low, there's a swing high. If I plot my Fibonacci from the low, from the high to the low, right? Something like this. And I want to take a trade from this swing. You can see that the market started buying immediately. It entered into my optimum regions. My optimum regions was what? The what? 71, 78.6, and the 88 region. You can see immediately the market tapped into it, it buys, right? Well, basically, personally, I use from the 78, once market taps into the 78, all the way to the 100. That's where I draw my order block, right? Once you put it like this to catch, especially when you catch an order flow trade, you see that immediately market tapped into the 71, and from the 78.6 region all the way, market started buying to the upside, right? If you example, you want to catch a trade on ARB, even if you go to the smaller time frame, right? You look at this, immediately market tapped into this, beautiful SMC setup though. Immediately market tapped into the higher time frame order block that we discovered right here using order flow on the 4 hours time frame. Let's go back to 4 hours time frame. Right, if you mark out a swing, even if you want to use it all the way like this, you just need to know regions where markets can possibly sell from. Even if I put the swing low to this, right, as long as it's the 50%, now you, for 4 hours time frame, you want to use it for analysis. Now you have a swing low all to a swing high, market is retracing down, and you know the trend is bullish, right? If we even map out the trend line, you see that market has even tapped into the bullish trend line coming from this region, right? You see that market has tapped into the bullish trend line, but you're not even saying you're not the trend line trader. Of course, you just want to mark the current swing low, which is this, to the swing high. Then you mark it. You can see that market still tap into my 78. So let's say I just plotted out my 78, or to be free, you plotted out from your all the way from 71, but mostly I use 78 down to the 100%. You mark this order flow right here. Use all this block and say okay. What do you want to do? You have marked a higher time frame order block or order flow. You want to wait to see market's reaction, because you know these are possible regions where market will sell. If market does not create a buy, where market will buy from, if market does not create a buy reaction from this place, you know that, oh, it's going to go all the way to the 100%, and of course there will be a market structure shift. Then we'll start looking for bearish moves. So let's say you use your Fibonacci to map out this, right? All you need to do is to waiting for market to tap into it and see the reaction. Now you go to 1 hour time frame. Okay, market has tapped into your retracement level. Then what happened on the 1 hour time frame? Market created a 1 hour market structure shift here. This was the previous low that tapped into this order block. Then there was a shift. This is a beautiful what? Market structure shift. Alright, now you have a market structure shift. Why is it not drawing straight properly? Come on, give me a straight line. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Okay, 1 hour market structure shift. Say all this move have not happened. Now you're waiting to catch, looking to catch a trade on this move. Then you go to your entry time frame, which is the 15 minutes time frame. Now you look at this very, very well. Now this was the market structure shift that happened on the 1 hour time frame. Then after that, market was retracing down. Then you see beautiful entries, right? You see regions to catch beautiful entries. Market created this trend line moves, right? Immediately it got broken. You know that market is going to take it out as liquidity. Then of course this low will be a liquidity for you. Then all you just need to do is to plot out your what? You pick your 15 minutes order block, right? So structural liquidity, there is a beautiful I'll teach that later. It's still the same level where this shift happened. Market is rejecting from that same level. Okay, you still have the structural trend line and structural liquidity right here. Market structure shift has happened, then all the way market swept all the people buying at this region. Then you have a beautiful trade on ARB to the upside. You can see how market has been buying. So this would have been a beautiful SMC setup, right? This is a beautiful SMC setup all the way from. Now let's use our Fibonacci to count this. So even if you target this high, you have a beautiful 1:3. You can target high regions, you still make a beautiful trade because the trend is what? Bullish. Now let's say you got this, and you want to plot your, you want to use your Fibonacci retracement tool to actually catch good regions for you to buy. If I plot my Fib levels from this swing high to this swing low, right? What did it tap into? It actually tapped into my 78.6 region, and it is even they are all resting on the order block region. If I draw my 15 minutes order block, this is the low, and I stretch it like this, you can see it's resting at my 78.6 88.6 levels, beautiful levels, entry, optimal entry points, right? You can see it's resting. So even if I decide to say I want to buy from the 78, right, all the way 78, even if you are buying from 71, you're not late based on your analysis. So you can see putting my order block at the 78 all the way to the 100 to buy on the fib level. You can see how beautiful that appeared. So a beautiful, we made the market just entered, rejected, entered again, rejected. Beautiful buy to the upside. Now most times if I want to now target, people now ask me, SmartTech, what did I use this 125% from? Normally if you're buying, say we are entering from the 78% region and you want to take a long position, of course you enter here and stop loss will just be below the 100% level on the fib. Then your take profit should be above this region, right? This will give you a 1:3 beautiful risk to reward trade. But what I do is, once I've plotted out my entry point and I want to target my take profit based on years experience and lots of back testing, if I put my fib level 0% here at my entry point, my order block entry point, then I put my 100% level here, right? I extend my take profit level to the 125%, so just a 25% increase from the 100%. That's what I do to set it. So I just move my take profit above 125. So you see now from a 1 to 3 weeks to reward, it's now giving me a 1 to 4. Right? So most time once I enter a trade, I love to target 1:4. You guys know that about me, 1:4 trade. But for this trade now, based on my entry point, you can see it's giving me 3 ratio, 1:3. So what I do on this kind of trade, I extend it using my 125 fib level. So I'll just add 25%. And once I do that, I'll get a beautiful what? 1:4 trade. And once you take the trade entry, you see that market is definitely gonna hit TP. You have taken the major liquidity level here, but if you hold this trade, this is the level, right? If you hold this trade, market is still gonna tap, give you full TP at this region. So basically guys, this is how I use and how I customize my fib level. You're having this information for free, all for free. What I use months and years to back test to figure out this, you're having it for free. So drop a like button and share this video to someone out there. Thank you very much guys. That'll be all.